Hopefully you watched the previous video. Last time we tried our initial attempt at using AI to create a simple number guessing game. We tried using 3 different tools: ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and Microsoft Copilot, and we got varying results. Here are the 3 files that we got, one from each tool, and so let's quickly review. That is from ChatGPT. Here's Gemini. And here is Copilot. Not too good there, right? And we found that some had some mistakes, some did better than others. Some are centered, some are not. This one seemed to have like the better visuals, I guess, theme, maybe you want to call it, than this one, and this was the worst. So at the end of the video, I suggested that maybe if we can do a better job of improving our instructions, we may get a better result. Now notice that we have done 0 actual programming. We are focused on describing what it is we want and then testing the result. All right, so this next part comes from experience that you will get as you use AI more, right? So don't stress over it. So here we go. We're actually going to paste this into each of our AI tools. So here we go. What? I want to create a browser-based game. It is a number guessing game. The game itself randomly selects a number between 1 and 100, and the user attempts to guess it. The UI, a centered title or heading near the top of the page. Number guessing game in golden letters. A centered area box with nice rounded corners that will contain all other UI elements. The area outside the box should be a nice dark theme. The elements inside the box are described below, and these assume these are stacked top to bottom unless otherwise specified. First, a message or label: I am thinking of a number. Next, an entry box with the inner prompt text: guess the number. Next, 2 buttons, same row, guess and new game. Next, an area for user feedback messages. Next, a dynamic number of attempts, and then the number changes, right, as a user attempts. The criteria: errors and warning messages should be red. A too low guess message should be medium blue. A too high guess message should be purple. An exact message, when they guessed it, end of the game, should be green with a nice party icon. Disable the guess button at the end of the game. Allow the user to just hit enter and not have to click guess. Ensure the user can only enter numbers, nothing else. Show an error message. Ensure the user cannot break the game by entering a long string of characters. Perhaps limit the entries, maybe also show a message. Enter the number outside, and entering the number outside between 1 and 100 is an error message, not just a too high or too low. And finally, if the user had entered a guess but then refreshes the page, everything should be cleared as if it was a new game. Did you notice that input seems to be transforming into our coding, right? We didn't have to yet learn any programming language. We're instead learning to provide the best input to get the best output. But don't be fooled, we can only get so far if we don't know programming, logic, coding, how to structure a project, architecture, and so forth. So with that in mind, we have decided to save our input instructions in case we need to make them better, right, and improve on them. Okay, I have the 3 tools up. So here's ChatGPT. We're going to do brand new chat. Here's Google Gemini. Again, we're also going to do brand new chat. And here is Microsoft Copilot. And we're going to go ahead and paste in what we just went over. So that would be our input. Perhaps at this stage in our journey, we may be able to say that a measure of how well we did with our input will be how similar or how consistent the game looks and responds across all 3 tools. Okay, so all 3 have responded with HTML, and I'm not going to bore you. I'm going to go ahead and stuff them in a file each, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so here are the 3 new files, and I just named them in such a way as to, keep the same order as how we're looking at our AI tools. So let's go ahead and start. So we're going to try to run this. And there it is. We won't analyze it yet. Let's just load them all. Come back here. Oops, the wrong one. Here we go. Gemini. And Copilot. Now, in real life, you would have in front of you the input, and you would be checking off point by point, but we can remember pretty much, right? So, all right, this one has the dark background. This one has the dark background. This one has the dark background. This one has a centered box with the rounded colors. So does this one, and so does that one. And then it has 1, 2, 3. This is the message area for one below each other. Guess a new game. Guess the numbers in there. So that looks okay. And it has, all of them have this pretty much the same thing. Now look, this one added a little bit extra. It's already focused with a blinking cursor, and the other ones do not have that. Okay, so we did much better with our input than our first attempt in the previous video, but right now we are going to add more criteria just based on what we saw. So we got some feedback, and we noticed that one of our tools did a little something better, so we're going to add more requirements here. So here is our criteria right here. There's 2 of them. When the page loads, focus should already be on the input number box with a blinking cursor. And the next one is when a user enters a number, then hits enter or the guess button, then clicks inside the number entry again, right? Highlight the current entry. We should probably say value maybe, so the user can just begin entering the new number. Now we could again start a new chat for each, feed this input just like we've done, but I want to introduce an activity that you'll probably have to begin learning and using if you intend to make this a serious learning effort. All right, so we will continue with our current chat. We will give our code back to the AI. We will specify just the new requirements because the chat history has all the rest of them, right? We will insist we want the full code back exactly as current, but with only the new additions per our new requirements. And we'll be doing a side-by-side code compare. Now again, some of this is a learning experience, right? And sometimes this may not be practical, but this line right here is key. If we don't give our file back, the code back, right, and we just specify the new requirements, we're going to basically force the AI tool to go back in its history and remember what it gave us currently, which you would think it would, all right? But you can try that as an exercise. So like try on your own, not giving your current code back to AI and just hoping it remembers. But we're going to do it this way. All right, so this is how we're going to instruct our AI. We're actually going to paste this right here. So this is us to the tool, right? I'm going to paste the current code file followed by the new requirements. I need the full updated code back exactly as I gave it, but with the new additions per the new requirements. Keep all formatting, spacing, indentation, lines, etc. the same. I will be doing a side-by-side code compare. No response needed till after I paste. Then I just want the code back. All right, let's see how they treat our introductory instructions, right? We haven't even pasted the code or requirements, just our instructions. So gonna give that to chat, let it chew on that. Here we go with Gemini, and here we go with Copilot. And now let's go back to see how, okay, see, personally, my personal taste, there you go, understood. Paste the code and requirements when ready. Let's look at Gemini. Understand, please go ahead and paste your followed by I will provide da, da, da. Okay, whatever. Sounds good. I'll wait for you to paste it. Once you send over to the exact. Okay, so now we have to paste. All right, here's a dilemma for this video, and if you, hopefully you were doing hands-on, I'm going to let you do it, right? Because I'm not going to sit here and add to the video. I don't want to make it any longer than it is. I don't want to give each tool their version. I want to pick one of these and use it for all three, but we haven't tested it yet, right? So I'm going to let me run through one and I'll let you do hopefully the rest, and you pick which one, and I'm going to end up picking one for the video. So here we go. This is the, no, see, this is the old, you know what? Yeah, let's just do it. Let me just go ahead and run into the testing. So hit enter. Good. A. Okay. Enter number, nice. Spacing, enter, okay. Okay, by the way, I tried to hit more. It's not letting me, so that's good. New game, all right. And then lastly, I can't edit. Let me do a refresh. All right, so this works. By the way, 50, enter, too low. 75, 100, too high. That's a little dim. Okay, so you see, you want to test as much as you can, but then you also want to pick which one looks best to you, or you would enhance the input to specify this even further that we're not going to do. Okay, I have prepared everything here for pasting, so I'm telling the AI that this begins the current code. There it is. And then at the bottom, I said, and these are the new requirements. So we are going to copy and paste, and I'll be back. Remember, I said I was introducing a new activity, and this is part of it. This is key. I'm giving you this suggestion. You do what you want. Meld visual diff and merge tool. And take a look at this. You can very quickly say that this is our old code, and to the right is the new code. You can quickly see what's different and what's not, and it's available for Mac, Windows, and Linux. So I'll let you decide what you want to do there. Okay, I have pasted the original code, right? The code we submitted to the AI that we want to make sure that keeps it the same except for the new requirements. So that's going to be our original code. I'm going to go here now to chat. This looks like the file, right? So yeah, so we're going to copy that and paste it. Okay, so far so good. Let's see. Are there any changes at all? Okay, last action was a guess. We'll accept it. You know, we're not going to worry about what it's doing. Last action was a guess. False. Input field. Okay, well, there's one of our requirements. Focus. Last action was true. 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 Uh-oh. Now, this is interesting. I'm going to go ahead and take it. But normally what I would do, honestly, let me undo that. I would paste back to ChatGPT. I would say, hey, what about this code? You know, this is the code I had, and this is the code you gave me, and why is there a difference? Like, I'd argue with it, but we're going to just take it for now. Okay, we'll just take this. So what it did keep 99% of the code the same. Now, what I like about Meld, in addition to the visual compare, is that as long as I keep that Meld window open, I can accept the new code, I can save it, run it, and if there was still a mistake, I can just undo it right in Meld. Okay, so I'm not going to go any further with this part. You can, hopefully, if you were doing anything, hands-on, I will let you continue on your own. So that concludes this video, and I will see you next time where we can probably try something more complicated and more fun.